Hello. My name is Victoria Fierce, and I'm here with the California Renters Legal Advocacy and Education Fund. We wrote a letter and submitted it earlier today, which you should have gotten some copies about it. And I'm here tonight on behalf of Carla to remind the city of Alameda of their obligation to abide by any relevant state housing laws, in particular the Housing Accountability Act, as amended by SB 167. Carla is a 501c3 organized in the state of California for the purpose of expanding access to affordable housing for Californians through the enforcement of housing law. Earlier in the presentation, one of your city planners mentioned the Housing Accountability Act. I would recommend asking your staff about our recent lawsuit in Berkeley and how that turned out for Berkeley. So earlier, also, some people were talking about the state and how the state's going to come after the city of Alameda for not building housing. That's true. There's some new bills that were passed this year, and one in particular, SB 35, which says that you must meet your RHNA goals or you're going to have to build housing. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. And I think what you can do now is approve this project so then you don't get screwed over later on. Because I'm a YIMBY. YIMBYs are organized. We vote. We get these bills passed. We are going to have you build your housing. Thank you.
Thank you. Laura Thomas, and then Michael McDonough.
Good evening, Madam Mayor and Council. Laura Thomas of Renewed Hope Housing Advocates here to address you. I'm sorry I'm tired, and my glasses are blurry. Thank you, Victoria Fierce. I think you've heard from the next generation and on the need to build housing. I think for some reason here in Alameda we don't really think about the young people. We think about the people who already have everything. We seem to be the isle of style and pleasant living and mean-spirited selfishness a lot of the time. And it's really sad to sit here and hear these comments. The project before you is ambitious but very well thought out, and despite all its seemingly outsized promises and its huge scale, it shouldn't frighten us because it represents another bend in that arc of housing justice that we want. Alameda, again, is stepping up to this crisis. We have been stepping up to this crisis, and I've been pretty proud of us for some time now. When I read in the paper the other day that the top tier of wealthy Bay Area homebuyers could find nothing to buy in the South Bay, I really froze. I thought, wow, there's not enough housing inventory for the rich. What does that mean? They don't disappear if there's no homes for them any more than the poor disappear. They find a way. It's not tents for them. No. They can snatch up a 1,200 square foot bungalow, turn it into a mini mansion, and block the sun from hitting your tomato patch just as easily as a high-rise condo. In fact, they can do it more easily than a high-rise condo. What Tim Lewis has sought to address here is this crisis of availability at all levels with something more than has been offered in previous projects. These 589 units are not too many. They actually begin to offer some alternatives to people in the above median range in addition to the 79 units in the very low to moderate range. We would have liked to have seen Tim Lewis offer some affordable by design as deed restricted. They contend that the smaller affordable by design units actually yield less profit and are in effect another one of the community benefits they're offering. And they're offering a lot of community benefits, and I don't understand this squabble over the swap. Obviously, the swap creates more community benefits than no swap does. I mean, you don't have to study appraisal value to understand that. It creates a much better project because they can come back and build 589 units around that little parcel in the middle. And what kind of a project is that going to look like? It doesn't make any sense. I know it's maybe it makes some sort of sense, but I certainly hope you approve the swap and the project tonight.